Okay, what's up, guys? So this whole DK Metcalf story has been going crazy for the last 24 hours. So everyone saw that clip from the TV camera angle that had been making the cycle where it showed DK grabbing the fan by the shirt, pulling him down, and then taking a swipe at him. And then some of you may perhaps have saw another fan camera angle of another person in the front row filming the altercation. Nonetheless, it didn't look good for DK, and everyone was waiting for the league's response to how they were going to handle this. DK was allowed to continue to play the rest of the game because the refs didn't know what had happened, and because this didn't happen on the field of play. New York didn't intervene, as they were, what I assume, planning to punish him afterwards. That said, the story turned even crazier hours after the game. Chad Johnson, while on nightcap, claimed that he heard from DK himself that the fan had used the N-word and called his mother the C-word, and that's what drove DK to assault the fan.
Yeah, I'm just I got word. Obviously, I'm not condoning, putting your hands on the fan or punching the fan, but he did call him a racial slur. He called him the N-word, and he did call his mom. And I think with those words being exchanged and the fans saying that, I think that's where the action, occurred.
Because that's not. I think the guy was giving his side of it. He said all he did was call him by his government name, and I'm like, I'm sure a lot of people called him by. He's heard his government name called before.
Right.
I said that's a strong overreaction for someone to call you by your government name, and then you act like that. So I didn't put a whole lot of credence into that.
No,
I'm sure somebody that was close by would have heard what he said. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. I'm sure those fans, because at the end of the day, hey, we're all Detroit Lions fans, but more times than not, when you're wrong, fans will normally come, whether it's a visitor or not.
Mm-hmm.
If fan gets out of line, fans normally can say, nah, that's not what was said.
Yeah.
You said this, this, and this. You did this, and this.
But if I'm not mistaken, they got sound that can catch everything in that stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, especially sitting that close to the sideline. Now, I'm sure it will come out. It probably will. And I guarantee you one thing about it, as a player, you're not going to lie about what somebody said. Because in order for somebody to catch your attention, for you to walk from the sideline all the way to the back, that ain't no government name, Monk. You know goddamn well. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not condoning DK touching the fan. You can't touch the fans. But based on what I was told from a reliable source who wears number 4, that's what it was. He called me out, he called me the N-word. He called my, the C-word. But I ain't going with that.
Man, leave people mom alone, man. People don't play about their mom and grandma and their wives and stuff like that. Man, leave that alone.
So a lot of people believe DK because why else would a player react that way to an opposing fan? Meanwhile, the Lions fan told the Detroit Free Press that he had simply just called DK out by his government name and that was what drew the reaction from the Steelers receiver. Either way, still a crazy response to assault someone like that, especially a fan, even if the fan is in the wrong with what he said, because the league is just going to bring the hammer down on you. That said, new video evidence turned up from a third angle much closer to the action, as this person was sitting in the second row and maybe a few seats down and recorded the entire altercation before and up until DK assaults the fan, and you don't really see any sort of racial slurs in this video. Now mind you, maybe it was done quietly, I don't know, but from what I could tell in this clip, the fans were just taunting DK by calling him out by his name. Have a look.
New Jersey! Hey, DK, don't sign it. DK, don't sign it. DK, he about to throw that motherfucker away. Man, he knows he has to play. Hey, DK. DK. Yup. DK. Yup.
Okay, so that was that, and apparently this story also has some history because it was reported that DK has a history with this particular Lions fan from a 2024 incident that he actually reported to security, according to Tom Pelissero. So this might be a failure on the security team for allowing this individual into the stadium, or maybe there wasn't enough evidence to ban this particular fan. In any event, the league came down hard on DK as they suspended him for 2 games following the sideline altercation, thus costing him $277,000 per game. So over $500,000 for this one punch on a fan that clearly missed his face. I knew the league was going to come down hard on DK Metcalf because he has a history of these sort of crash out moments, so it wasn't too surprising. Anyways, what do you all think about this new video angle and DK's suspension?